Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into another little live stream. I'm here by myself today, but with you guys, so not really by myself. So thank you so much for tuning in. As you can see, we're looking at NQ right now. We have news coming in here in about 30 seconds. So let's watch and see what happens. If you are new to these streams, we outline kind of daily move or what we see on the charts. We look at some crypto, look at some stocks, look at some whatever, and then afterwards we go hang out, maybe outline some trades that can happen, right? So right now, I'm looking at the fact that we have this little fair value gap right there. Want to see how and what they want to do with it right there. We also have the sweep of that previous hourly high. So I want to see, there you go. I just got filled on my on my shorts. All right, let's take a gander here, see if they want to keep it going. So kind of played out as I wanted it to. All right, so we're getting a nice little downside push. I was in shorts. We just got filled on those. So let's see what they want to continue doing here. Let's see, we got a few levels to the downside, right? We have this one, which is about to get swept at 21,723. And we are talking about the fact that if they get below this previous daily 50%, we have a very likely chance of seeing that previous day low. We want to stay cautious and kind of watch out for this little area, that 618, that low liquidity. So let's see what they want to do here. Let's see how they want to play these out. You can see we're getting a little bit of a bounce. We can try taking longs on it if we really wanted to, if we felt a little frisky here. But I want to see how they I don't want to play this out. Kind of, so we are getting that nice little volume on there for those longs. Let's see what they do with this 1 minute. We can try, right? We can always just try it out and see with some tight stops. But they swept that previous 4-hour low, so we can possibly see it a little outside 4-hour action, right? That would give us a nice push to the upside from here. So let's see what they do. Right. We did get that long signal. We tapped into the 618 of that daily range that was created. So now we just want to see back above that daily open in order if we want to see that continuation up. Let's see, right? We had a nice little 3 drives on the hourly, which gave us the idea for that downside, right? The fact that we kept on holding below some of those levels, the fact that those bearish PD arrays kept on rejecting, like on this 15-minute, right? We had kept on getting rejections off of this fair value gap. So that gave us that nice push to the downside. We just tapped a -3 right there as well. So that's kind of the idea that we're playing right now for these longs. We just want to see more of a push above that daily open. And that can be indicative of us reversing to the upside. We just got GDP news, so see how those came in. Or unemployment claims, sorry. So 247K versus the forecast 236 and the previous 239. So looks like employment has gone up, right? So that means where people are in the job force, I believe. I'm pretty positive that's what that means. Let's see how they play this out, how they play the rest of the scandal out. That 15, that hourly, this 4-hour, right? Swept the previous 4-hour low. Now, if we want to see a continuation to the upside and get that outside 4-hour, we need to displace above this 21,783. So that 50% of that previous 4-hour candle. That's what we would want to see, right? Let's see how our indicators play out, what we want to do from here. Right? I'm not saying they can't dump it further, but if they do, then it's whatever. Right? Just want to see how they hold that daily open. I think anything above daily open is still kind of can give us a nice idea to the upside Let's see if they want to push it back up. Here, that's kind of that general outline, right? I like that 618 bounce. So that's what I'm mainly playing right there. 618 bounce, and the fact that our indicator, our little VIX fix, has gone off the charts. So if they come back above that fair value gap, this one right there on that 5 minute, then we are looking good for that outside 4 hour, or looking a little better, right? Like I said, if we want to see above this level right there, 21,783, that's what we want to see above in order for us to continue to that upside. That's going to be huge, right? Let's see now if new 5 minute opens up. We did close kind of below that fair value gap, so now we need to see some push above it if we actually want to get that reversal to the upside. Let's take a gander here of what they want to do. We could wait for it to close above it and then enter on a retrace back to it. So that would be something we can look for. Right now, kind of just need a little CISD to happen. So we need to get above this level, and then that can give us that outside 4, and we can possibly see that previous week highs. That is another level above that we are still watching. If you guys are not in our Discord, check it out, www.papertraders.io. It's going to be the go-to website for you guys to check anything out in terms of paper traders related stuff. We post our daily levels. I do a little pre-market write-up in the mornings. Or as of recently, I started doing that. So let's see what they want to do. Let's see if this crack indicator also gave us a long. Not yet. Not on the 15. So maybe it needs to close and do its thing there. So get above that fair value gap, get above that 50% of that previous 4 hour, and we can see a nice continuation up, in my humble opinion. We also need to cook through this 15-minute fair value gap. That's going to give us even better confirmation to that upside. So let's take a look, see how they react to this 4 hour open. Nice hourly outside, right? So we got that. Now we got to see if they want to close that 5 minute above that, this fair value gap right here, right? So what I am looking for here is possibly this, and that. Just needs to see how they close this 5 minute. That's all up to this 5 minute, in my opinion. Gotta wait and see what they want to do there, because that would be, if they get above that 50, that 4 hour outside is bound to happen, in my opinion, right? The way they're holding that. So we need to see how they want to do. We also want to watch that previous day high, right? That's the level that we always want to keep our watch on, as that is something that we have taken close below it on the higher time frames. No bodies above. So let's wait and see what they want to do here. I just exited my longs. So let's wait and see. Let's stay patient here. But that's what I'm watching for on the upside. On our cryptos, right? The fact that Ethereum keeps on holding this 50% of that daily, and we swept the previous daily low, that can also give us a nice idea for that upside, right? Jupe is bouncing nicely. We swept this liquidity. That's exactly where we were looking for. So let's see how they want to play the rest of this out. We could try some longs on it, on Ethereum and Jupe, on FET as well. I am liking Jupe a little bit more on that 4 hour, the fact that we swept that. Daily is just still looking a little rough, right? Doesn't mean they can't come back up there. 12 hour. I like that we swept that low right there. And this hourly. If we close this hourly fair value gap right here on Jupiter, if we close this, I will happily take some longs on it. Right? We just need to close above that, and that will give us our long side idea. I'll keep my jupe cells still, because on jupe I'd love to see a little bit lower. But let's wait and see here. I'll wait for that 5-minute closure, right? And then after that, we can see what it wants to do. So possible outside 4 hour. If we get above that 50, once again, I'll keep on stressing it. CISD plus that 50, that'll give us the confirmation for that outside 4 hour and possibly that previous week high level, right? So that's a bit right there. We want to wait and see what they want to do there right now and how they want to close this 5-minute. It's because we had, okay, so they closed above that. All right, so close above it. So close above it. Let's set our order. Let's see if they want to give us continuation up. Like I said, previous day high was another thing. If we closed it below that 50% of that previous day, then we would look for that previous day low. But the fact that they didn't, they came into it, swept it, right? We hit the -3 right there on that projection from the London session. So now we're kind of waiting to see what they want to do and if they want to shift that up. So yeah, FET. We can try some small FETs, maybe. Try a small position on FET. HNT, we played that. Let me see, FET. FET came into a decent area, so I can try that. The stop loss below. Stop loss below the 0.7698. For possible run to the upside from here. If we get that hourly CISD, that's going to be even better for us. Let's see, this needs to get above that 4 hour open for that continuation to ensue. Look at that little single green little guy telling us to take it right there. Let's see how they want to play it out. But that is, honestly, that might be, let me show you guys HNT and why we long that. So 2.93, 2.913 was the entry. That blunt bottom, 705 right there lines up pretty well with it. So that's my confirmation for upside on that. Sweep of the previous weekly as well. So I kind of want to see if they want to come back up over here. That hourly, that 4 hour, the hourly CISD will be great if we get it. If not, then not. Obviously, don't matter. But on the daily, we have it. We have our stops in place. So we want to see how they play that out. Let's check. If they close back below this 5-minute fair value gap, then this is going to be a dud long, and we can start looking for further downside. 15 minutes about to open up here in 2 minutes. So let's see how they want to play it, what they want to do with it. See if they want to retest that. So just tapped into the 50% of that right there. See, so 50% of that inverse fair value gap, or still that fair value gap because it's not technically inversed, right? Our body's held above that. So I would love to see a continuation up from these. Let me get rid of these so like you guys can see a little cleaner. So that I can see a little cleaner too. Right? I like the sweep of the low. I want to see close above that. A continuation up possibly on this next 5 minutes. So let's see what we do on this next 5 minute candle. If they want to sell it back down, that's totally cool too. Jupe, right? Still waiting on Jupe to see what it wants to do there. HNT, I like my position. Yeah, I think it's all up to this little fair value gap guy and how they want to play it out. Nice manipulation rate on that 15 minute, but still doesn't tell us anything unless we close back above that 50. Unless we see some closes, we're not getting too ahead of ourselves there. So crack indicator is saying go now on that 15, on this 15 minute. So just want to see how they play this out. So we've seen a little bit of a retrace on that. Let's see how they want to play it out. I'll add to my longs just to see if they want to come back above some of these levels. Right. So our crack indicator is saying long. I want to see a displacement above that 15-minute fair value gap, above that 4-hour midpoint, and that can give us a nice push to possibly previous week high and some of that London high, so previous 4-hour, right? We'll wait and see. FET is getting that little retrace. We don't want it to see close below that, right? Rejection right there. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for today, right? I mean, FET, we can still look for lower on FET. Just depends, like I said, all on this hourly fair value gap. If we get a displacement right, I like the liquidity sweep right here, holding the 200. So if we get that displacement up above that hourly fair value gap, then we can really start looking for some nice longs. Other than that, I think that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching, for hanging out. I love you and appreciate all the support. As always, make sure you check out www.papertraders.io. That's the best way to stay updated with us. Make sure you guys are following at the Paper Traders and have your notifications turned on for that, because that's the best way to stay up to date on when we're doing these streams. I typically stream in the morning at 8:30 Eastern, or right before 8:30 Eastern. We go for about 10 to 20 minutes, just kind of hang out, outline some levels. Make sure you guys check out Blowfin. That's what we use to trade those pairs. And you saw our little outlines on those. So check them out. You can either use the link that is on our website. So if you sign up using that, you get $100 back on any loss that you take if you're trading Ethereum, Bitcoin, or Solana. You can also use the code HASTE or code EDDIE for a nice, I believe, a little initial deposit bonus. It's percentage based. I'll update you guys once I have the information for this month. On that note, make sure you guys follow at HazeBeats. Phenomenal guy, phenomenal trader. Love him, appreciate him. And we'll see you later. Stay tuned. Follow at the Paper Traders so you guys know when we're streaming tonight. Peace out.